everyone. My name is Yu Sang. I'm the founder and the CEO of Sunrise Technology. Thanks, Eric, for your introduction and inviting me to this event. I'm very honored to be here giving you guys a presentation. Actually, after listening to Mariana's presentation, I myself am inspired. So my company is a little different from Sandbox, which is more mature. But I think it's a good idea to have you exposed to different type of companies at different stage in different size. Okay, so let me start my presentation. So I will start with talking about the company, who we are, and introduce you what we are doing in the past and right now. Also, since we have been with the SPIR program for quite a few years, I'm going to mention a few successful stories. Hopefully, you guys can get an idea and get inspired of our past experiences. And also, I'm going to introduce our current opportunities and give you guys an opportunity to ask a question in the end. So, Sunrise Technology was founded in 2017. As Derek introduced, we have been in the CV incubator since 2018, and the company has been operating on federal grant, state matching fund, and owner's investment. Accumulatively, in the past years, we have been awarded about $2 million federal grants. I normally don't like to label the company or myself, but since I was told to mention something about entrepreneurship, so I don't hesitate to put up there. By the government definition, this company is a women-owned and a minority-owned company. Technology-wise, we are developing advanced AI, artificial intelligence technology for autonomous systems, such as decision-making engine for scientific use and the self-driving robots for education purposes. We try to bring the artificial intelligence to people's work and education. So I'm going to mention a little bit about my motivation to start this company. I believe all of you have heard AI as a buzzword in recent years. But when I talk about AI, some people may think, it's so cool, but it needs a lot of mathematics, it needs a lot of computer science knowledge. So some people think, it's too hard, it's not my area. And also, when AI has been in the STEM area for a long time, still I feel there is a lack of application in the interdisciplinary area. I'm going to mention in my next slides. For example, chemistry, biology, physics, they can all take advantage of AI, machine learning, without being a machine learning expert, without the training of computer science and artificial intelligence. So that's our passion. We want to use our technology to help people to work better and learn better. Okay, I'm going to mention our history of collaborating with Stony Brook University. We have been participating in the SPIR program since 2018. I've been working with Dr. Chocho for a long time. And besides SPIR, we also worked with other like MTRC. Last summer, we partnered with Stony Brook MTRC and CWIT to run the pre-college summer program. And Mr. Hamilton is here as well. He is the MTRC director. This week, we are going to be a sponsor of the High School Hackathon. And also in the past, we gave various demos in either shows or outreach program. We'll also be part of the R&D tour held monthly for high school students. As myself, I am a seasoned IT personnel, I have bachelor and a master degree in electrical engineering, and I worked in high school. I worked in industry and higher education for more than 20 years. Had publications, co-authored in conference and journal papers. Also, I am the principal investigator of several federal grants, and I have one U.S. patent. Again, I talk about myself only because maybe some of you, in your mind, you are thinking of setting up your own company in the future. So this is for your reference to get your own entrepreneurship, get going. Okay, a couple pictures. So the left one, we give a demo at the university, what's called University Day. So this event is held annually, especially before the pandemic. University set up all different tables and booths to showcase the community what we are doing. Not only the university department having the tables, also the community companies, national labs, let's say healthcare vendors, or the local companies, they all set up table and booths. Last year, due to the weather, it was held indoor, and at the event, we showcased our self-driving robot, and the kids were very overwhelmed by playing with it and observing that. So our president, the university president, who is in the purple shirt standing next to me, she was playing our vehicle. So I feel it's a fun picture to share with. On the right side, we, as I mentioned, we participated in the monthly high school tour as part of the R&D part to different high school students. Derek is the organizer of that event. So this is one of the high school. They went to our lab, and we are giving them the demo, and they get a chance to interact with our product. Okay, so if you are interested, okay, I'm going to talk. So now I finished who we are. Next is what we do. I'm going to talk about our projects one by one, but if you are interested, you can get onto our website to take a deeper look. I separated our project into two categories. One is more research oriented, the other is product driven. Don't get me wrong, as a for-profit company, our ultimate goal is to develop a product and put them on market. However, in order to reach that goal, as I listed on the top, we normally first do the R&D, and product-wise, we need to do proof of concept, then have product prototype. And after the prototype is pilot running, we eventually make the product and sell in market. So as a new startup, without many strong background, we have to go through these baby steps. It's a little different from, like, for example, well-established Google, Amazon, or spin-off company who had a lot of IP and pre-owned patent, for example. So I'm going to, so I listed our product in two categories. For the research-oriented product, either they are in the stage of proof of concept, waiting to move further, or maybe some project after we spend a certain time on it, we feel, okay, this product maybe has limited future for commercialize, then maybe we put it aside either for future pickup or abandon it. So I'm giving you the real life of being a startup. Hope I'm not hating anyone by saying this. Okay, so this is a fun project. We call it particle collision triggering. So this is collaborated with the high energy physics at national labs. In the physics experiment, they need to capture the event that two particles collide with each other. After the particle collision, many interesting events will happen. So the physicists capture those data, and they have to analyze the data offline and observe whether there are any interesting event happened during the experiment. So give you an idea, it's about 0.1% of chance the two particles collide and they capture this event. So without any knowledge whether the collision will happen at this particular moment or next, you can imagine they capture a lot of image on the tape, and the data amount is giant. So no storage device can store all the data. They have to randomly discard a lot and only keep maybe no more than 10%. So by saying that, they miss a lot of interesting event. And so we chimed in. We try to give them a real-time AI-driven data acquisition system. So based on the real-time capture data, we do our online analysis. We run our machine learning algorithms. We have a prediction, let's say maybe 90% the collision is happening. So don't discard what you have captured in the last 5 seconds. Keep them. And if our trigger signal didn't send them a positive event, so they capture the data, and after a period of time, they just throw away the data and streaming in the next experimental data. So this is the brief introduction. As you can see, putting this in place can significantly increase the chance that physics capture the useful data, then they can produce more meaningful results offline. So we have got good results and very good progress in simulation data, and we are waiting for the real experimental data coming in. So I listed the skills needed in order to do this project. Data analytics, graph neural network, which is one of the neural networks. Who has heard this, GNN? Oh, okay, thank you. All right, so those are the skills we needed for this project. And also, since nuclear physics is always a big collaboration team, going through different national labs, even the worldwide, like SPIR in Europe. So there are I wrote software skills and meant soft skills, including communication skills, verbal and written, and interpersonal skills to work together with the big team. The next one we say is the laser feedback control. So in the beamline, where the material scientists, the physicists, the chemists do experiment, it's very important they keep the beam stable. But there is always environmental noise which prevent the beam being stable, or the maybe today it's stable, but the environmental noise gets accumulated. So after a period of time, it drifts away. So we try to help them to develop a robotics control system that can always pull the beam back when it drifts away, so the scientists can get a stable beam. We have a research prototype in place, and we are seeking for interest in real applications. Yeah, we spoke to a few scientists in the field. They are interested, but everybody is busy. We just need to find a good timing to push this forward. So in this project, we need the skills we need is deep reinforcement learning and has some background knowledge of PID control, which is the traditional feedback method. Okay, so the next two, the top one is the general classification issue. So the Nanoset Science Center at Brookhaven National Lab, they use their manual label method to classify the X-ray scattering data. So we try to introduce the machine learning method, help them to classify. This is a typical machine learning problem. Like every one of you, I think most of you may saw the demo online, giving you hundreds of images. You have to classify. This is tiger, that is cat, those are dogs. So we use similar technology to classify the X-ray scattering image, which has some unique features. We need to integrate physics-aware knowledge into our machine learning model. Again, data analytics skills and the deep neural networks are needed. The last one here is our new project. This is not directly AI related. It's about data transfer. So terabits per second data transfer, which is very high speed. We tend to use the RDNA and try to beat the capacity of the regular TCP/IP. So hopefully we can accelerate various data transfers like data copy, file copy, HTTP. So for this project, we need programming skills in C and C++, and also get familiar with the TCP/IP. Okay, these two, I say they are product-driven projects. The first one, orbit feedback control, we've already deployed last July in the National Lab. They have the National Synchrotron light source, which is third generation ring. So on the ring, about 60 beam lines are connected to the ring. So it's very important that the X-ray on the ring is stable. If the control center cannot make it stable, then each beam line, there's no way they can stabilize themselves. Even the X-ray on the ring is very stable. As I mentioned, each beam line still have their individual problem. So we use the deep reinforcement learning algorithm to replace their traditional PID control and experiment verified that we can beat the previous performance, especially in the very so their traditional PID control is good enough. If the beam is offline, they can bring the beam back, and the delta is already low, but they couldn't make it even lower. So we resolved that problem, the residual error, and so it's available for the scientists to use. And we haven't heard, and it has been 6 months, we didn't hear bad feedback. Okay, the last but not least, we developed a self-driving robot for education purpose. So I'm sure, okay, can I ask your major? Who comes from IACS? Computer science? Oh, okay. So what are your major, if you don't mind, share a little bit?
Physics.
Physics.
Chemistry. Electrical engineering.
Okay, good. So I have a mixture of populations. That is very good. So if, let's say, if you are non-CS major, you want to learn machine learning, and how do you know this is your area? Maybe you register for a course, and then you stay in the classroom, and then you listen to the professor to give you a lecture course, and then you do the labs, you run the machine, the neural network models. That's it, right? So especially for younger kids, let's say the high school or the undergraduate kids, they may feel more interesting and more interactive if they have a tool to give them more hands-on experience. So that's why we developed this tool. So we hope to provide a way for the student to learn those concepts like the neural networks, CNN, ResNet. They get to program in Python. They get familiar with like PyTorch, TensorFlow framework, not only by the programming in front of the computer in the lab, but put those in the real application. So that's why we have this. I didn't put any picture, but if you are interested, you can get onto our website to see there are some demos. So we used that to run the high school program last summer, and the kids are pretty amazed by it. And in 2 weeks, they were able to tune up their own neural network and have the robot self-driving. So I think it's an excellent opportunity for the non-CS major to test the water this way. And let's say if you are physics, you are chemistry, but you want to learn, but you're not sure, maybe I don't want to spend 1 semester to register a course, that's too heavy. So this is a pretty good place to test water, and also for workforce people as well. So in order to work on this project, we need kind of a lot of skill set, neural networks, Python, PyTorch, deep reinforcement learning is preferred, also some software engineering skills. Okay, I just want to mention, I guess, the concerns you may have. So I use the SPIR inner circle, maybe that's not the right word, but I want to mention that so once you are hired through SPIR, Dr. Chocho and Dr. Yan Yu work with you closely, making sure you are sponsored through your study. So some students may worry about, am I losing my sponsorship if I don't take the TARA from my department? So in my past experience that for example, one student, I've never had the experience that we run funding cannot sponsor students, but I did have the resume circled from other because maybe a company has some issue during the pandemic, they cannot sponsor the student anymore, then I got a resume and hired a student. And when I need student, I sent email to Dr. Yan Yu and she was able to provide the resume. So in other words, I want to say the Stony Brook team are the Stony Brook SPIR team are very responsible in finding the resources. I don't think you need to worry about that. And from our perspective, we don't mind you discuss the project with your professors. So if there is any confidential thing, we should not ask ahead of time. Okay, finally. So we now have 3 internship opportunities published on the Handshake. And if you are interested, please feel free to get on and see whether you're interested in anyone, your skill set fit for any of the job opportunity. And I listed the job number and the name. You can take a picture of this slide if you are looking for SPIR internship.